Hello everyone, LRon here with part 34 of my Paradise Lost to OT8 2.0. So, I guess, technically speaking, using the Habibs might not be considered as a must, but it doubles the DPS, and frankly, I struggled Habibing the crappy machine gun after the good machine gun was used up. But then switching to the Glock as the second weapon ended up just making it easy. So I think they increased DPS and basically ensuring that the fight ends in a timely manner before things get too chaotic. That's kind of the key to success here in Postal mode, at least.
Wow, these things never get dull.
Being extra bold here, it seems.
Damn,
I guess it's technically working out. But
definitely need more of that.
probably, if you want to play it safe, just go back down to that corner, down this little segment of stairs. If you don't feel like being bold and just boomeranging from super long distances. And I decide it's gonna take too long for the boomerang to come back, so I pull out the revolver. But in any case, next zone over, we'll deal with the hazmat douches.
That's the stuff.
And word on the street says they has C4, so we gotta go get it. And so other postal dude kind of screws us over and makes it so that the place goes boom, as you probably know. We're actually going to employ a shortcut to get to the C4 a little more easily.
Crap, so much for that quiet approach.
So they could shoot through this fence, and I didn't realize that. So you want to move a little more forward where these metal things are, because those do make it so that they don't shoot through. So you probably could have saved. I probably could have saved myself some Kevlar if I had realized that little detail sooner. So once again, knowledge is power. Use that knowledge, and you'll have an easier time than me. And speaking of having an easier time than me, when I'm down in hell in that final region, there will be some final vending machines, and I'll have like $2,000 on hand at that point. So, and I don't use any of it, so that potentially plus the $2,000 that 82 years with his big deek stole, that means you can pretty easily have like $4,000 or $5,000 going into those fights, and the vending machines will have a pretty good selection at that point. So I don't use any of that at all, so you'll have some good opportunities to have extra handicap factor. And so I think this is the last guy we need to kill before actually getting to the C4. So there he goes. And for whatever reason, these guys aren't dropping Kevlars. Their counterparts outside of this zone seem to drop it left and right, but probably they wanted to make this place harder, so they made it so that the Kevlar wasn't droppable. So we come up here, pick up the goodies, then we're going to crouch jump onto this guy, fall down, then we're going to make our way. So I'm just looking around, making sure that there's nothing that's going to snipe. Although this area is confirmed safe pretty much prior to obtaining the C4. So top off. You're probably taking damage getting here. So we're going to come up onto this rock and crouch jump onto the wire. And then there is kind of an invisible wall there a bit, so you might need to play around on top of the barbed wire to find a spot that's going to let you go forward. You might need to do some crouching and some jumping as well to kind of negotiate an opening. I did seem to cross that threshold a lot more easily than when I first tried this on the speed/pacifist run. So I save here, but they're going to give us a checkpoint, so kind of no need. So then that tree blocks the way behind, so we're going to instead just come back the way we came, which is the intended forward direction. So basically I'm going to make my way down here. I've got the catnip at the ready, and then basically the first sign of hazmat, I puff up. There we go. And then I'm going to ignore them and just run straight for the exit. It's probably the best way to go, given the fact that these guys do seem to respawn at an alarming rate. So killing them is just going to slow you down and make you take more damage long term. And then I drop down. Feel free to not drop down and actually use the ladder instead. Catnip is still in effect. You can tell by the heartbeat racing. But probably it's gonna not be a factor later on. And watch out, because that ground's flammable for some reason. So we're gonna come back this way. Not sure what's the other way. I may have explored that at one point, but I have long since forgotten if there is something. And okay, catnip is definitely still in effect because that guy didn't react. Although it's starting to normalize now. So if you want to get into this tunnel without incident, you're going to need to kind of cut to the chase and actually make your jumps in the platforms as good or better than how I did. And
thank you very much.
Kind of botched that, so I need to go back down and get the machete because, you know, I need my machete. Although that doesn't stop me from doing it again. I think I just chose to use a smarter angle, so it wasn't going to be doomed to fail. So now we're back here again, and we're going to... okay, good. We're going to skip that house because we've already been in it. That's good news. I thought I was going to stupidly explore it again. So we're going to make our way over to Lucky Ganesh. And we're going to get ourselves a blasting cap. And I'll say now that I wasn't thrilled with where I saved in the Lucky Ganesh zone. I saved kind of way too early because I kind of forgot how involved the exit strategy is, and also they kind of threw a curveball. They made it so the gimps weren't these puny melee dildo pricks.
Who's your daddy?
Instead, they've got weapons and, like, you know, they're basically gonna come guns a-blazing like they're the military. And so that caught me by a huge surprise the first time it happened. So that's going to be it for this video. I will see you next video. Good luck, have fun.